Hello guys, after tough session yesterday on stream, after we got crushed by Nits, um, we are live again, but today in the video and regular tables. I did play a few hours more after the stream. I did take a rest of 15 minutes, and this is the result of that session. We played almost 10 hours altogether. We were down 2.4 after end of the stream, and we climbed it back almost to zero, but the run was really gross. But if I did play the best that I could, we could have made it work. Uh, we could have made it a good session. We could have won the session, at least like 2 3 buy-ins if I didn't made so much mistakes. Um, but it is what it is. That's past. We can't change it. But the fighter spirit in me just can't. I immediately wanted to make another video, to make another stream. But now I'm gonna make a video, and I'm gonna give my best now to get at least a little bit of revenge. I will be 100% concentrated. Yesterday, I had to admit I was maybe a little cocky, maybe a little too self-assured, and maybe that cost me. Yeah, it's probably one of the reasons. We're gonna go with orbit here. We're gonna go with 9. We have a lot of 5x hands. So that was maybe the reason, one of the reasons we did run like shit, but we could save a lot in some spots that I didn't do it. So definitely a big L. And every time that happens to me, I just immediately want to play my next session. I want to play perfect. Okay. Better. We're gonna shove the river. If he doesn't don't shove, okay. So guys, let's get into it. I did start basically before like 15 minutes, and I was thinking, do I want to make video or not? And I said, well, let's do it. We are not gonna let them win. So I'm gonna try to play best poker I can. So let's go. 4 tables. Later we'll probably add Zoom. I played yesterday. Actually, it was mostly Zoom, because when I just want to get back. And one table I had 750 blinds. Another table I had around 600 blinds. So it was fun. We could have put them in tough spots, and we could have make plays. So it was actually interesting. Okay, we're gonna go small here. These are all wait lists. Check here on table. And I think block is the play here. Small, like 2.6. When he check back, he's gonna be pretty capped, and we want him to have to defend a lot of hands that he will not want to defend. And if you want to do something stupid like a bluff raise in this situation that he doesn't trap basically anything when he check backs, we can let him do it. But definitely, yeah, I was a little cocky, and that cost me. We also started session good, and I usually start bad. So there was a couple of factors, but we just have to sign it. Yesterday they crushed us, kicked our ass. Today is the new day, and fight for another day. Okay, good call. Check here, and here we can do both. The guy is passive, so I'm kind of want to bet here. And we got check raised. Looks passive. He did check raise one time. We can check raise here actually. Let's see his river regression. I'm gonna go check raise here, and it's gonna be polar check raise. Like this. We're saying when we check raise the turn that we have the straight call here. Small size doesn't have sense. He check raised this flop, so he's wrapping like a 2-pair or straight. And now it looks like he's like wrapping, I don't know what, like king 10 type of hand or king 9. If we think he can bet like a 1-pair, we can bluff shove, but we want to do it against a player that we are familiar with. So this is weird. I like hand like a king jack or king queen, I think would bet bigger on turn and river. So he's like wrapping to me 1-pair, or like, and we block ace 10. No call here. King queen. I thought it would bet bigger on turn. He bet on turn like 1/3 or something like that. Yeah, even less than 1/3, like 27% on the river small size. Looks that doesn't have sense, and usually when it doesn't have sense, they're usually doing something stupid. And we also only have 17 hands on the guy. First impression 29-12 aggression 7. It looks passive, that's why I see bet a hand that prefers to check back. We have to say that. Okay, let's check here, raise 9, fold. And pocket force folding. The size is strange that he is using. Queen 8. We're gonna slightly overbet. We're gonna fold here. Guy looks like a nit at the beginning, and this is the first time that I see him. So strange. Okay. We're gonna talk about range. We're gonna do maximally what we can. Smaller versus early middle position looks 5%ish. Really tight. Pocket eights are calling in this spot. On cutoff he looks normal. Smaller cutoff looks really aggressive actually. Calling here with eights. And we're gonna go small. And we're gonna block the river. Here the guy looks like pocket jacks, tens. And usually I don't see them like really betting with this size. So now he reps. And this is his first check bet check line. Bet check, bet line. Let's see the river pop up after check, check. Is he bluffing? He turns a pair, but he doesn't have a pair to turn into bluff. That's the thing. We're gonna go small here, and we're gonna fold the river here. And I'm gonna block river here and call there. It's pretty also strange here with the guy reps. Like if he has an 8, he would bet bigger. They don't check backhand like 7x. They don't check back pocket 4s, 5s. So he's saying he has an 8 or bluff or slow play 3. Again, small size with the nuts. Okay. What happened here? Let's see. The guy had king 3. Okay. A little smaller on river. A little smaller on river for sure. I'm gonna bet small here. And we're gonna bet small again. He doesn't have, he will not gonna have here often pairs. So he's gonna have 7, that's gonna call, I think, basically 2/3 or this size. He's gonna have ace-x that we want to fold out, and he's gonna have this like king, jack, king, queen with the diamond hands. So to fold out these hands, that's what is the perfect purpose of this bet. And I think whatever size we use, the result's gonna be the same. So we're gonna use the block because the hands, when he check backs here, they usually just stab with a pair. So I think if you're gonna have hand like a 7, they tend to call that. So yeah, our hand is looking basically mostly in this size. I'm gonna go 5 here. And here. I'm gonna call king 8 suited. And check back on the deuce 4-8. We're gonna have king queen here. Use big size in the multi-way. We're gonna go raise. We're gonna call it off, of course. And we will not get there. The guy c-bet bigger size here in position. Looks that he's over c-betting. So whenever that's the case, I think our check raise is better play, and we're gonna have king queen off. We're not gonna have many 2 pairs. Some ace 10, we're gonna have some ace jack and some king queen. In these positions we can 3-bet king queen. Against an ISO we're gonna 3-bet king queen suited, but king queen off, we're gonna just let them play with the fish. It's too strong hand to fold. Because even his ISO range of a fish is gonna still have around like 20% of hands, and king queen is ahead of that range and can play. Our price is worse, but when we have a guaranteed fish that's gonna join the pot, it's better. So yeah. Queen this. But still our range is in against calling an ISO, it's gonna be, we have to have it because um, if we don't have a call range, if we just three bet, we're not gonna be three betting near enough, and there is a lot of hands that we can play multi-way with a fish, like a suited king, suited aces, suited connectors that wants to let him in, and that are okay handling his ISO range, because ISO range is gonna be hands like king jack, ace 10, ace jack, king queen, ace 6 suited, ace 8 suited, pocket 8. So like king queen off is decent against that range, and against this range that's gonna be pretty wide. And on the flop, I think we still have a lot of strong hands on the flop. We don't have sets, but we have straight, which is the nuts, and we're gonna have some two pairs. So raising has sense. King 8 fits into the bill with combo draw that likes to get it in. Against whatever hand we're gonna be, we're gonna have a decent amount of equity, and he's gonna have tough time with weaker, with like hands like ace 8 suited, for example. But even hands like stronger ace x hands, when he bets multi when we check raise with a fish in, we look strong. It's not that they are super great shape and they are in trouble, but the size, I think we need to go a little bigger and a little more polarized, because we are saying we have a big hand. There will not gonna be many in between hands, so size has to be bigger. So I maybe did miss a little bit of size. Maybe we should go a little bigger, but everything else is fine. Deuce 4 10 to tone, and here I'm gonna go with 3 bet against an ISO with king jack suited. This guy is also raising 28%, so we're gonna go half. This guy is also sticky against us, so here he would call ace jack, ace queen, king jack with clubs, king queen, king 9 also. And he will also have this under pairs. King jack doesn't want to bet and get shoved on, so it's perfect candidate to checking. We're gonna check here sometimes hands like aces. We're gonna check some hands like top set that we decide to bet the flop on. And when he checks here, what we want to do. He looks kind of capped, we have to say, so I think I'm just gonna go with the jam. We're gonna have also pocket 9s. And aces, I think, went to jam, so we're gonna jam. The guy also love to call me light, so and he really looks capped. Yep, he's calling with sevens. We did range him correctly. There's no way this guy will not fold on the turn. Let's see, small numbers will not pop up. So even the stats here show 50% fold. Against us, it's not gonna be like that. General position 36. Against us, you see, like he's calling ace queen, king xx, 2 times against us. So yeah, the guy will not gonna fold against us. There, ace high is not gonna fold, and he can also, he knows to jam the turn also, so it's disaster if we bet and he jams with a pocket pair, for example. So king jack doesn't want, if you're gonna have like an ace x flush draw, yeah, you can just call it off, so it's way better combo draw, but this hand is just, for me it looks like a perfect check back. Whenever the fold equity is low, and on that turn it's gonna be pretty low, hands that hate to get jammed on because they have to fold are the hands you want to check back, and you balance that range without the backdoor flush draw. I'm gonna mainly check. Now we're gonna go with pot. We're gonna check here aces, kings, some jacks, tens, queens to check raise. We're jamming the river. This hand is always a jam, play like this. We are unblocking clubs, we are bottom of our range. We block tens if they check back. We gotta be careful also what's happening on other tables to know. That's something that in the Zoom I'm missing, that table dynamics. Yesterday the pool actually when I continued to play, the pool was not big. I'm not gonna call this time. The pool was pretty small and I played two tables. Two tables mostly up of the Zoom and two tables of regular ones. I was deep on both of the Zoom tables, so I didn't need to play more of it. Call here. But generally, um, I had a sample on like most of them. That was great. And when we stream, I didn't have a lot of sample on. Check with queen seven. We're gonna turn worse than queen into bluff. And here is strange if he bet check bets. It's gonna be pretty strange. Because I know the guy. The thing is, he's not value betting. The size is little up, like. Yeah, I'm gonna call him. This size to me look like he's saying he has a jack. And he's gonna have like pocket pairs to bluff, and he actually bluffed this line. When he checks, he knows to bluff it. This orbit is never happening. It's a pretty stupid play. Check back. We still need to defend. We still need to defend some 7x hands. The river is pretty bad. We both have, and actually the big blind has more king x hands because we are calling king 4 off, king 5 off. So we have more king x hands that he's gonna have, and he's all betting in that range. And he just hit the 10 jack or queen 10. See. I want to see what he is doing on, because on the river when I call here and we tanked, there's no looks suspicious. I don't think he can fold this off. and I want to see what he's doing then. Such weak plays without sense. Like you are like winning reg playing, and you overbet into the range that has basically 1.5 more trips than you're gonna have. Uh, and I'm also counting into that a check raises or raises in position there, because we're gonna raise some hands. And this is the spot that I don't like. And if we bet, we need to overbet. The thing is that we're gonna lose to 8-9, 7-8, Queen 9, Queen 8, King 9. All of these crappy hands we're gonna lose against. And when he checks, he never has a 10, he never has a check. So we are just in the spot where we have to bluff this hand, and we're gonna have, on the other hand, we're gonna have a 10, we're gonna have a jack. I'm gonna go with 3-bet here, small size. This table will be broken soon. We have a perfect table to replace it. And these two guys are needs, they're not gonna play. I'm gonna go with small bet to value bet our hand. A7, king is open. And that hand solver, where we bet solver prefers smaller size, but the thing is, the smaller size in real games against the fish is not gonna make a job done, because the fish is gonna have too many ace x hands, too many king x hands, too many queen high hands, and they just love to call all of these hands. So if I just bet normal, I'm gonna always get called on, always. And we're gonna still have we're still gonna have a lot of hands we can really bet. I can also just overbet with the overpair also, because we know that when they are checking back, not raising flop, checking back turn, they will not gonna have trips. They will not gonna check behind on turn with a weak jack. So they will just not gonna have it. And if we think they're just gonna have full of the ace highs that this guy is playing 50-10 gonna have, why I can just easily go with queens and go to export with queens. So definitely this is the spot that I think in real games the overbet, and maybe the overbet should be bigger than 2x, maybe 3x. Because if they're just snap calling with ace high, I think you just want to go test the max and put the value there and bet thinner with all pairs. Okay. I'm betting the turn. I'm gonna go a little bigger like this. Fair. Let's see the hand that happened. 3 bet 4 bet call, bet, bet, call, he had king queen. So king queen off is almost never 4 bet. They regular 4 bet ace jack and king queen. They're all of them are over 4 betting. I'm gonna go with raise to get value from 7x, but also the 8x, like 8, 10, 8, 9 hands. Opening jack 10. I usually play the best after bed session. After I play bed, in the next session, I play usually my best. And usually the next day I don't like to take the days off. Okay, with king 8, I'm gonna go with bet. I falls only 35. Now let's go into the big blind versus button pot to see, like, he actually falls 47 against the bigger size even more. Let's see generally what he's calling with. He called with the queen 10 here. With the small size, he didn't check raise top pair. Okay. Flows like ace 10, ace 4, ace 7. In general, when we bet bigger size on the flop, we're gonna have so many overpairs that likes this bigger size. So I think we're gonna do a lot of checking, and when he checks here, he's gonna be kept to this mostly. So our bet check bet line, we can value bet. This is pretty weird. This is really weird. Because he's saying now, and he's not blocking the hand like 6x or 7s, or he doesn't have stands. So he's saying he hit the ace actually. Let's see. Why wouldn't you go bigger? We block king queen. I'm gonna actually go with raise, small raise here. And the good is that we block king queen that's floating the flop. So if he is betting with hand like, let's say 6-7, with this size we don't look as a bluff, and we're gonna have so many also hands. We're gonna have like ace deuce or ace 4 or ace 7. We're gonna also have that hands that's gonna check back turn. Yep, he wrapping still 8, ace 8. Okay, so like we said, he is okay. So like we said, he's wrapping an ace-x with a block bet there. The thing is that confused me that on the river he likes to stab with the bigger sizes, with the top pairs. So that's what confused me. I think with the ace-x, with the check, he would just go bigger. That's the thing. This was delay, right? Delay bet river. This is. I think it was delay. The guy has 71% c-bet and he check backs this flop. That's gonna, like, all of the overcards is gonna bet it. Okay, he bets small. And now when I see that he bets small, we can even call the river. Because it is bet line, and yeah, we could also call the river. I thought it was check check delay c bet and bet river line. If it is that line delay and bet river, it's hard for that guy that has 71% and check folds 12%. That indicates he's gonna put in a check range a lot of medium strength hands, so no bluffs. Bluffs gonna be in betting range, and then yep, it's just super hard for him. Super hard for him to be bluffing with the delay c bet and bet river, because bluffs is gonna be in other line. I guess this guy is just gonna fold sevens. Squeezing against cutoff 5%, against us 3.6%. Too strong of the range to call sevens. Having player fish behind is tempting, but still the hand is against this range too weak to call. If we had 100% know that the fish is always calling, I would call, but I'm not sure on 55 hands. I just can't say. Ace 9, well, ties up. I'm gonna check back with ace 9. Check back. 7, 8. Okay, jack here, gonna fold. Pure bets the turn. Ace 9, we're opening. Let me check what happened. Okay. I'm gonna go with 3-bet. Cutoff versus big blind, calls 55. But he called a lot of weak hands. He called against min 3-bet, so for sure his call of the 3-bet will gonna be way tighter than what the stats are showing, because he got 3-bet like min 3-bet, so he called him like a jack 10 off. Now I'm gonna call. Have a fish on the small blind. The guy's a weak player, so we can play in position with 7-8 suited. We're folding it also a lot, 3-betting sometimes, but it depends. We're not gonna 3-bet it. I'm gonna go small. Snap call here. I'm gonna go raise. With 7-8 we are unblocking top person or person. This is crazy. Like 7-8 is better than Queen 8. Because with Queen 8 there's a higher possibility he's gonna have 7s. But this like this, it's basically impossible, but the run is just absurd. Even yesterday that I did after the stream, I did win 2k, which is 10 buy-ins back, but I won it. You should see the hands. I mean, I can also show you the hands. We bluff catch like 3 times for like pots, for big pots with like 2 times ace high and 1 time like middle pair in a spot where I had sample on guy and guy was bad. He didn't trap anything with the sizes, with the sizing. So yeah, so that was my biggest win, biggest pots I won yesterday. And today, like when you lose like this, it's shitty. So this is like unreal. And the guy is super bad, so he's gonna have like king queen there. Check raising 33%, and that against that guy you're gonna you run there. He's like putting king queen plus in the check raising range when the fish calls. And the thing is that we don't want to call because this guy is getting super good price with the draws and there's many bet turns. We just want to get it in with against his queen x and lower pairs. Okay, we're gonna go small. The guy fought 69. So this guy folds a bunch. Let's see what he actually called. Called ace queen, middle pair. So he's calling here a pair or 9-10, king 10. Let's see he's going to show down 35. I'm gonna go with check. We're now winning against pocket pairs, against 9-10 and 8-9. And all the other pairs. King 9. And what is the worst thing against like super weak rakes like this guy? Now this guy that is losing like I'm not sure how much, but I mark him as weak rake, so he's gonna lose a bunch. And against me, he's like going 42 big blind win rate. So you give me setup against against the complete guy, like complete clueless guy that's just gonna be super happy with an overpair and never ever slow play an aces and kings there. And now we need to overbet. We'll go 27.8. I'm going B150 because I want to include both of the full houses that there together with possible bluffs that we're gonna have. So B150 looks good. Ace 8 is also calling Queen 8. bet bigger. Not gonna overbet, just gonna bet bigger. Fold flop on table number 4. Last month was rough, I have to say. Like, I run super bad wherever I played. I still finished the month winning, but pretty harsh month. At the end of this year, we're gonna be on stars. We're gonna still be number one on NL 200 by win rate and also by winnings. That's for sure. But I'm not happy with the year, and I'm happy with the way I played most of the year, but this year I had the worst run that I had in the last 10 years. Even there, I'm this year on stars I'm 9 BBs in EV. This year 8.4. So I'm little below EV, but the numbers of the setup were insane. In that downswing that I've lost 62 binds in 2 weeks, I run 23 times kings versus aces, and 3 times we were 300 blinds deep, and I flopped a set of kings on the flop and lost it on river, where the guy had aces and get the ace on the river. And actually, one time we were all 400 deep, and he just bet river, and I just called with set. So insane, really insane. The number of these setups were just sick, and I'm just not hit. This is the year that I've learned the most. What is this? I think the question now: do you just want to? He's gonna have so many off ace x hand. Do you just want to get it? Click it back and get it in, because yeah, I'm just gonna go like that. So definitely a rough year, guys. Rough year. Um, I feel, I really feel that I did deserve a lot more in this year. But from the other side, if you, I did really learn a lot, and I did really work a lot. So I just can't be unhappy with that. I think the priority has to be to improve the max of your ability to improve and to learn the most. So that has to be the number one priority, and results and everything else has to come second or third. But yeah, but when the thing is that is frustrating me the most. So this year, guys, I have without any fish at the table, I played over 60,000 hands from my like two I don't know how I played 200k hands or something like that. So like one little less than one third of my sample I played without any fish at the table, so only reg battles, and I'm 10 BBs in EV this year without any fish on the table. And the most frustrating thing for me is when I like this type of guys that are super weak and you lose against them and you just can't do nothing about it. It's such a frustrating feeling. You know, you always say you play poker in the long run, but that's true. But sometimes, when I lose against a good player, for example, like when me and Anarchy playing, or Gachu, or we'll see somebody here, like I don't see any good guy here really good, like random bluffer, right? Like Mad Tilt. When you lose against these guys, it's just learning learning thing. You lost and you learn from it. It was a battle. He maybe overplayed you. You learn from the mistakes you made, so it's all good. But the setups are something that I hate, especially against like they're like my the guys that that I have the best results against are the best Rex on stars, and the guys that I have like the poorest results are the like biggest fishes and the like super weak Rex that just run insanely good. So, but also there's the thing that we shouldn't take it personal, but I'm like that. I take everything personal. So yeah, I would just like to play him heads up on four tables just to show him what would happen, but unfortunately that's not gonna happen. And then basically all of this conversation doesn't have any sense. I'm gonna go to fold here. What kind of size is this? Like delaying on the ace, you delay like 2/3, and you want to bet ace king, you want to bet ace 10, you delay with 2/3. There's a high possibility this guy can have a queen, this guy can have king 10 flushes, and you want to really bet wider range, so your step wants to be small here. This guy is super weak. I mean, he's like winning, but the way he's playing is complete. That's just terrible, terrible. He terribly exploits people. He plays terribly exploiting. He tried to play exploitively against me, but plays with such a like he. I mark him as a weak reg, but and people ask me how he's weak reg. He's winning like I don't know 3 4 BBs. He's super weak regs, like super weak, super huge with like enormous like look at his falling to big bets after betting turn, so he doesn't protect his checking range, especially in deeper pots. So when it's playing for stack, when he checks river after betting, you can just any two hands you have, you can just shove. He's mostly check folding that line, especially if you're going big. So yeah, like enormous amount of leaks, and actually against me he's doing decent. What is the worst thing? In 70k hands. So yep, we just have to as a poker player you just need to you just need to accept it and wait for uh, for some time or longer period of time. And I was never good at waiting. I hate to wait. I would immediately do everything. Let's go. I think his format range is also like bluffy and has hands that are A10 is really bad because he's gonna have ace 10 off and he format ace jack off, the standard 5/7 of ace jack off. Let's see when in a deep pop-up how much he forbets deep. He didn't do it. Okay. We are sometimes calling 8-10, but we're gonna prefer like 8-9, 7-8, 6-7, 5-6, 4-5. Gapper's not great. We're gonna be dominated a lot, and he's also like in position for the bluffing range is gonna be even hands like a king 10 suited, so we're not good. It's gonna be hand like ace 10 off. We're gonna be dominated. I think it's gonna have also some hands like 9-10 suited sometimes. Generally not that great to call, especially deep, but deeper. You want to play undominated hands. This hand will be dominated a lot. Okay, I did tell you a lot of things, but yeah, it was in my mind, so I had to say it. I always respect, like I'm really close to a lot of my opponents. A lot of my opponents use my Hado, so I'm basically always like when somebody is good, putting effort, putting uh, time to work and everything. I'm just like respecting that, and I always respect all of my opponents that I think that are good. Really respect them. But like these kind of guys needs and this like weak Rex, I just don't respect. We're just gonna go with better and on 10. And we're gonna have so much fold equity from ace x hands. We have it's really good for our range. We can bluff rivers on a lot of runouts. Queen 10, we're just gonna fold. And also, I like fish. I respect a lot more than these guys because fish is battling. They have disadvantage, but they are battling, and you always have to respect it when somebody's putting a fight. And people just like to sit there, left on them. People like to use scripts to get even more advantage of them. So definitely, I respect them a lot in that terms that they are playing. No, they have disadvantage. They're still playing. So whenever they're running and run me over, I'm sad. Well, I'm always cool with it. I never ever like had any misunderstanding or insults or something like that against the fish. Like never. But I had a few conversation with weak Rex. It knew to happen on stars. Even some arguments and stuff like that. Okay. Pocket fives, queen jack. Let's see what happened. Okay. Pretty standard. Okay. And also, I had a lot of sessions where I didn't play good. I have to also say that generally, whenever I make a pause, even for one day, the next day I play like shit, and it happens every time. I just need to play every day, continually playing every day, and that's where I feel the best. And we're just gonna block the river. Check back here. I honestly feel if I did play every session, for example, like fully concentrated and everything, I would have even better win rates because I had a lot of days where I was out of it, where I didn't play near like my A game. So it's definitely possible. All of us probably have a lot of reserving ourselves, and there's room to make like really great win rates for sure. For all of us, guys. Smaller versus button he called there. So all of the pocket pair he's folding. So he's gonna have this off Broadway hands like a king jack, king queen. He's not gonna check raise king queen. He's not gonna check raise ace jack here. And most likely he has hand like that. So this is his most likely hand. King 10 too strong to bluff. He has some showdown value. When he overbets now, the thing is we want to ask ourselves, is he just saying he has a king queen because we block that and we're blocking the straight? Or if is he doing it with a hand like an ace jack because we look capped? So that's the question here. And for sure I can tell this guy's not doing it with ace jack. So he's saying he has a king queen. And now we need to think what would he bluff here. Now let's see after check river or bet river. So he'll love to bluff. Okay, he had 9 high. With a straight, he would go bigger. So he's saying he has a king queen, or he has a bluff. So he can turn the queen into bluff. That's also a possibility. So we're gonna call with a king 10, and he shows you the ace jack. That I said he is for sure not gonna do it with the ace jack. I would do it with the ace jack, but from what I see from him, I mean, we look, he can do it with the ace jack. He should be doing it. I would do it, but I never ever actually see him going like this after check check, and I have decent sample and he would play the 18k hands. So if we're now the thing, now our bluff catching strategy is changing drastically actually, because now he is having more value in his range and we need to find more bluffs. And bluffs that he's gonna have here is gonna be some suited connector hands like 7, but we have 10 of hearts, it's not great. Some hands like 7 8 6 7. I don't think like 6 will be good, so he needs to turn it into bluff like 5 6 6 7 7 8. That's like 3 combination 8 9 9 10. So around 5 combos of that, and now we need to put here like hands like a queen 10 and queen jack off. I don't think he has, so queen jack suited is the only thing to combination. So we're not gonna find the optimal bluff frequency here. He's not gonna have a jack 10, he would check raise that. And I think he would also 3-bet jack 10, so he will never have it. So looking like an ace jack. Yeah. Now the problem is that his value range is wider, and our hand loses appeal of bluff catching. But I didn't see this from him before, but to be honest, I didn't see many of his calling on the small. Even he is calling on the small blind, which is super bad, but he's doing it. It happens to me a few times also, where I say he's definitely not gonna have this, and he suddenly shows with it. He calls and Dre there. Let's see here. Calling here for sure. This guy just needed to jam here. He would never play 7-10 like this ever. But a lot of queen 10 and jack 10 is gonna be in the range, so I'm pretty strange that he called him off. Pretty strange. Because basically all his bluff's gonna be 10. In this line where he check raised the flop, and but he also look at the hand that he played. Look at his turn donk. You donk always a small size, and you donk when it's super great for your range. And like, what is 6 doing for your range that check raise the flop and 3-bet and call it 3-bet? You only have 7-10 suited, and 7-10 suited is the only hand you're gonna have. So you're doing, and even when you're donking, like, what are you doing? Like check raising 6-8 or 6-9 suited and then call it 3-bet? No, you don't have it. Pocket sixes you don't have, so play in this line at all. He played a hand like terrible. This guy needs to jam here. He just needs to jam because the hand doesn't have sense. Just to punish his strategy. And when you donk, you go really small. You're going 20 to 25%, and he's going like 2/3. And he gets rewarded. gonna check back the flop. This guy is short, doesn't fold to c bets, and he's aggressive, so he will have here like any queen he will probably jam. He calls a three bet, that doesn't mean anything, he can have anything, and a lot of king queen off, ace queen off hands. So we are in position, and we're just gonna go with the check behind. Yes, we look now kind of capped like to a 200 pair to queen. But we're gonna also have some like flush draws that we're gonna check behind. So we're gonna be okay. I'm gonna go small here. I'm going bigger. King 8, mixing a 3 bet and a call. Gonna go with check. Fold 66% to delay, so we're gonna delay it. Whenever somebody folds a lot here, this much as this guy, I think we just can cut down on like hands that generally doesn't have two barrel potential, and queen 8 looks like that. So it's better just to turn it into delay c bet and attack a double check. Because the hand that's gonna bet the flop and check behind a lot on the turn, if guy folds in the other line like this, you're just gonna make more money into that line than into c-bet line where you're gonna give up a lot. So there's a possibility that you can say, okay, I'm just gonna put it in double barrel, triple barrel. Yeah, it's okay, but when this guy that folds 44%, and on the bigger side is going to be more 50 when he calls you there, and the turn is a 6, your fold equity is not going to be great. Yeah, because whatever he called on the flop, it's going to have equity to continue on turn. If it's going to be under pairs, if it's going to be middle pairs, it's going to be a lot of pair plus draw, or gut shot, or open ender, or with the draw, combo draw, or stuff like that. So you will not going to be profitably double barreling it. And also you need to think about your range, how turn hits your range, how your opponent range. This is interesting hand on table number 3. Remember what we said of him, when he checks the river, this guy's just like, his checking range is terrible, so he will never take a hit. So that's why Mako did use the small, super small size on the turn. So he's gonna have hands like 10s and jacks here, pretty much always. Okay, 14. I'm calling when we have a fish on a small blind. Let's see here how this guy reacts to squeezes as a caller. As a caller, he actually calls 33%. He called with ace jack. Here, the guy is really tight. These are still calling sevens. Okay, I'm gonna go with the check. This is the structure we're gonna check a lot. And now we can attack. We're gonna have here though. We're gonna have here jacks, queen, jacks and okay, jacks and tens we prefer a bet, but queens, kings, aces we're gonna have, and we're gonna attack the check. And he has ace x. He's stabbing for sure. Sixes, sevens, eights, nines. So really shitty. A lot of our range is just an or pair. Rarely we're gonna have an ace x in the delay c-bet line. A lot of ace x is just gonna do in a betting line, like worst one. Or ace king if we want to value bet it with smaller size. But the ace is pretty bad card for us based on our range. I'm jamming every river because he's stabbing 50% in position. In 3-bet pots he stabbed 99%. So his checking range is gonna be super shitty. It's gonna be ace high and he called. Delay bet here. We block ace jack and ace queen, but he's gonna have many like ace 7 suited, ace 8 suited, ace 9 suited. Probably even have like ace 10 off based on his stats. Gonna be the ace jack off. Really shitty spot, yeah. We're just jamming any river because he's super capped and he's not gonna call with ace high a shove. If we did get a flush, I'm block betting the river. If we did get a flush, that completes a straight out check. .5 5 6 we're folding. King jack we're gonna go with 3-bet. This guy doesn't fold to 3-bets. Cutoff versus big blind 15%. Great. We are attacking wider range, so that's always great. 15% is going to indicate he has ace jack off, king queen off. He's going to have king 9 suited, jack 9 suited, 8 10 suited. So pretty excited to take wide range with our king jack suited, kind of one of the best hands or near top of the best hands. Ace 10 against 29%, so kind of average, a little above average opening on cutoff. He bets range on the flop, it seems. With the ace 10 we can do both things. Generally it's always a 4-bet or mostly a 4-bet, but this guy looks really tight. This is his first 3-bet, and look, he only did it once here and once here. I'm gonna call jacks, call it ace 10. I'm gonna check call. calling turn. Yeah. He used half pot. And we're still beating some hands, but again, low aggression when we mix it together. I think I would fold river against this guy. Kind of guy that is gonna mainly have like a jacks plus there when double barreling and possibly pocket tens, but when he used this little like smaller size on the turn, there was a chance he has tens. There was a chance, not a big chance, but a chance. I'm gonna go half. I'm gonna go 3-bet. We're gonna go open and we're gonna go fold. The good news is that we did save a stack in a spot where we should have 4-betted, get jammed on and call it off. So good news. But even today is kind of similar day to yesterday. Okay, calling with ajax. Mixing a 4-bet also. I'm actually doing half-half. This combo is going to go into call. Ajax is calling the flop. Okay, let's see his strategy. And we're just betting the river. Bluffing it. I think we're just using the size of 2/3. Fortunately fold there. Let's actually see, do we want to use a bigger size? Yeah, we actually do. We actually want to use bigger size. We're gonna go small. Having a 7 sucks. We're not good here very often, but okay. Let's actually see when it's pot smaller after check. Okay, he had a few bluffs. I didn't see it. But generally, I think I didn't take a look when it's small pot, but here on the river pop-up, we actually see by the size of the pot, so we can see how much they are bluffing in a small pot, in a medium pot, bigger pot, or huge pot. We're gonna go spot. So for example, that's like really good future to have, because you will be surprised how much people uh, under bluffing small pots in with the blocks, and how much in like big pots, how they over defend with the blocks, and how they fold massively to an overbets. So that's like a key takeaway from the future that I did a pool analysis on. Small pots, most of the regs actually don't fight enough for it. Here's also like nice float. We're gonna step turn here. A little small. We have to fold if he jams, but a lot of our hands gonna call it off. He does check raise. He does it with aces, yeah. If I did see it, I would probably check it. If he's using the all over pairs. I'm gonna go with bet here on the turn. I'm gonna go have. We're gonna check is really great for us, so we're attacking his pocket pairs, ace hands, and ace x better than us. Jack is really good for our bluffs. If I did see it, it indicates the guy will never slow play, for example, aces or kings. He's just gonna jam them, and then yep, it's way better to check behind and probably like see him what he's gonna do on the river, because then when he checks river, he's gonna usually be weak. But yeah, we could have done that. If I did saw that he's check raising with the aces there on the queen, which shouldn't be happening at all. He should be mainly barreling aces there. And if he's putting in a check raise, that indicates his check raise is going to be really overpair heavy, and yeah, then the problem comes. Then there's a problem. Opening 18, I'm going to go with 10 here. Here's actually a lot better flop than because he will not gonna have 3s, 4s, and 5s, so that's great. And here we're gonna just go bet, and we're gonna use half. We're gonna use half. Okay. We are against the thing in my mind that we are against the 7% of range, so that's not ideal. That indicates he's gonna have nines. He should be bluffing nines still. I'm gonna mark him immediately as a weaker player. We're gonna bet a flop here. 7, 8, 10, we're against 50, 62% of range. So he's gonna have king 7 off in the range, king 8 off. A lot of king 8 off, queen 8 off. So we're gonna do a lot of bottom pairs, middle pairs. So he's raising here. Our hand is not bad. Our hand is not bad. As click back. Or call. Let's see his general check, raising and raising. He's really aggressive in this line. We have eights here, we have tens there. We're gonna have some overpairs, so because he is just doing it too much. He's raising 20%, check raising 24%. He's gonna have a lot of. And now when you think about our range, now 8s hates live, 10s hates live, 7s hates live. And he's just gonna have massive amount of 9x. He's probably gonna raise in position most of the 9x by the way he's playing. So this is bad river for bad turn for our range. He has 9 queen. I mean, we have to call the river because our range hates it. We're not gonna have many 9-8 hands in this line, so we obviously have to call it, but it's gonna be like this. And I don't want to get it straight, actually. I just want to clean out, just easily bet because his range is gonna be so weak there. Just gonna call. He's gonna check fold the river, like sick. He would jam over pairs always. So yep, he's just check folding after betting turn. He always folds after bet turn, so here we need to just bluff everything. A7. Again, 17%, 20%. But actually call. He's checking here. Looks like a 10x, weak king, jacks and queens. He would bet ace jack and ace queen alongside with a lot of bluffs. So he's gonna always have it, have the medium strength hands here or slow play. Okay. Never ever a bluff. The thing that we can do there is and that's actually, this is actually max exploit strategy, so listen to this. When they are checking in a spot where is high c-bet freak and they are checking, people usually don't, based on pool analysis, they don't check bluffs, so they don't have much of the give ups, but have a lot of medium strength hands and slow and traps. Against that strategy, you want to check back range. On every board, ace xx, king xx, where they need to bet a lot, they're not betting a lot. Your max exploit strategy is checking back range, and then when they check, you attack a lot with bluffs and you use pot size. So that's the thing, how we are playing that spot. Here, this is the line, check, 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 bet. This guy's is a fold against him. So definitely, yep. So you check back range on the flop and you're uncapped on the turn. What is this? Let's see his check, check, check raise range. I don't see him. Squeeze here. This guy is really, really needy. Okay, I'm gonna go with Pat River. Okay, and bet here. I'm gonna go bet turn. Okay, and I'm gonna actually go bet small here. We're blocking jack. I think easy call the river here. We block jack 10, guys. We block ace jack and queen jack checking back. I don't know. I don't think so. Pocket pairs into bluff. Okay. Pocket fives. Fighting. We are fighting. The session is bad. We are fighting. If I did play like this yesterday, the result would be way better. I think I would make a winning day. So there's a couple things for me that are bad. Overconfidence. Yep, I'm pretty confident always in myself, but when you're overconfident, it leads you to bad things. First, it leads you to complacency, like that's the first thing that's not great. All of these shitty spots. He's wrapping a king queen jack plus with this size. He's using 10 with the block and worst queen with the block also. Okay, I'm gonna fold to him. We detail know his strategy on rivers. So yeah. And I'm gonna go here 8.6. Call river. And we're gonna go 42. Oh, a little bigger. lot of spots today. And this hand I don't know to comment or not. Like what is this? You overbet on turn, what? And you bet half on the river, so what you repping? Would you rep like a jack 9? You would go bigger with the jack 9 also. King 4-6 betting with the queen 5. Let's see his strategy. Button versus big blind versus button, pop up 43 fold, 15 check raise, 23 against the small size, large draw. Just fold here. I have read on him, okay. Nothing special. Queen 6 we could call. He used 2.5, didn't notice. Didn't notice. Going with an overbet. Take his check back. Have a couple of reads on him also. Okay. We're gonna go 1/4 actually here. 3.5. Let's see something. Yeah, we're gonna go small with the ace queen. Based on our pre-flop side, there is still a lot of value to get here, and there is still protection to get also. I'm gonna go with check raise. Check. This queen is a call. Easy call here on table number 1. Has pocket 6. We're just gonna call. We're going down the turn. We're gonna block the river. Still getting value from raised queens. He would raise kings and aces here, based on what I see from him. So we're gonna go block here, and we're gonna go 8. Yep, it works perfect. Okay. It's not great. This to me looks like super underbluffed, especially on the jack. Gonna bet with nines delayed. We're gonna find a new table, guys. We're gonna find a new table. The good news is I'm gonna play now every day. I'm gonna be in form. I'm gonna finish this year, and next year I'm going super strong, super strong, and I expect fast move ups. I'm still gonna play mostly on iPoker. I'm playing on stars here just to finish the year on number one. I know a little bit of ego, but I want to finish the shit on number one, and then see. Also, I'm waiting to see about Poker Stars because there's a Remure and we have a inside Remure that clear call with a screen. Inside Remure that the new rakeback system is coming into the stars. Completely new rakeback system based on Supernova, like it was before, like 10 years, or even more than 10. His screen is called. We're calling us a turn a lot. He's four-betting us 19% of range, 33% of four-bets. So he's gonna have a lot of off hands. And he's also continuing a lot on turns. Just to check back with ace queen. Ace jack, I think he would bet turn. Yeah, check back. Ace this. Ace deuce is never 4-bet. We could have jam also. Just because we saw that he is super over tens on jacks. A lot of jacks on queens, tens on jacks, shit. Ace queen on ace deuce. Lost it. Now we're gonna jam. We're gonna jam here. He snapped it off with nines. Okay. In these positions, nines are never called for. A7. Here we can also bet A7. The guy is raising on a king to 7 in a multi-way. We're gonna trust him. gonna believe him. Because we don't have sample. When we don't have sample, we are playing the pool. The pool is not playing multi-way as a raise in position a lot as a bluff, and pot continue turn on a king xx especially. So we're gonna play the pool. And if I did play the pool yesterday, I could have made more faults in some spots. So I definitely feel that yesterday I just wasn't myself. The run was shitty, but I could have saved like 5 binds at least. 5-6 binds I could save, and I didn't. And you know, the money saved is money earned. People forget about it. Because mindset is changing, you know, when you're losing. For example, you think like, what is different? It's 1 buy-in less, why buy more? And this is strange. I don't see him checking back over pairs. That's the first thing. Let's see his check back range. This is his check back range. But unfortunately, there is over pairs, and a lot of over pairs, and especially on this kind of boards. So yeah. And let's see, he's usually after calling a turn raise versus bet. He did raise king 10 here as a bluff. Against him, maybe we could also call this. Yep. Our hand is nice. We actually nice, and I don't think like he's gonna have. Let's see if he's gonna have flush, because the size looks to me more polarized than an overpair. It's 5x. Yeah, I should have called actually. Now when I see it. He's check behind range. Do we see a draw? Let's see if we have a flush draw. No. There is no flush draw, so he's not gonna have flush there very often or ever. If he's not gonna have flush, pocket fours is the only thing he reps. Basically, and yeah. There's also a chance he could bluff with ace queen, ace jack, ace king with a heart. There's also a chance of that. And when he reps pocket fours or 3 combination, we need to find like 1.3 combos of bluff, and for sure there are like gonna be able. Yeah, we should have called that. Yeah, I should have checked it deeper. Why I didn't? You see, like, these are the things. These are the small mistakes, but mistakes. Eliminating these things is gonna lead to better win rate always. And I just feel like I had days where I played like yesterday, for example. So I just feel if I played fully my A game every time, I would have so much better win rate. So definitely the big win rates are real possibility. To this size we're gonna go, and we'll fold the 3.5x and check raising here with ace 9. And raising here, 3-betting table number 2. We're gonna turn 5s into bluff. King 5. We're gonna fold. Ace queen, we had a nice spot, but jack 8. Five, six off. What happened? Table number 3. Nothing. Okay. Check back. Check. Have a read on him. Okay. Turn is not great. Yeah, turn is definitely not great. And we got a donk river. I'm gonna go 30. I think he's check raising tens and jacks for sure. So he's gonna look a lot of like 5, 6, 7s. We need to fold and we need to give up here now on this. I want to bluff on 10, on queen, on any spade, but here we just have to give up. He had queens and he's check raising. He's check raising 28% calling queens. Okay. Call here. Here the guy looks super capped. I'm gonna go like this. Queen 6. Oh, this is bad turn. For a hand, for a range is decent. Need to leave the table. Need to leave the table. We found a new one immediately. He was going 5 with complete trash of hands. He's now going a little bigger. I'm gonna go small. Nice turn here. Let's see here. I think they're just give up in here when they check. But our hand is such a crazy good check back that we're gonna just use this check back. Call of the river. Yeah, we're just gonna. I'm gonna. Do I want to value bet here? That's the question. I think maybe ace 5 he has, or some 6 7. Pocket 10s I would value bet, but do I want to value bet 9s? That's the question. I think like Jack X is like checking the river, but against the passive guys could be, but I just feel we are good. Let's see after check. Brilliant. Are we gonna value bet? Okay. Why would we show the hand if we don't have to? We are based on the hand. We're gonna be good. He's also using the blocks on the river. After check, he's using block bets. So yeah, we're gonna go small. I wanted to go 1/4, but didn't have time at 1/4. I want to go. Didn't do it. I guess this guy. We're 3 ways, so we're gonna go 3-handed. We're just gonna go with it. Even this guy looks on the tighter side, and I'm gonna go value bet here. No. And I didn't look to his passivity. I mean, yep, we beat a lot of Jack X that he stabbed with small size, but he was actually this hand I fucked up. I'm rarely using smaller size in position on the river, so I'm gonna go at least half pot, but yeah. His super stabs. His stab is low, stab at river low. He's gonna just check ace X. You see like how much mistake even today I did. Like small one but annoying ones and really getting on my nerves. Need to go to the wait list on other tables. Now we're gonna go into waitlist. Into the waitlist. Let's see the table we want to go. We actually have a free one. Great. Then, and I'm gonna make a quick bet from break, and then we're gonna go. Gonna go more. Great river. kind of check. kind of check. Pocket fives. King six suited. Okay. On this board, we're not gonna be good at we squeeze king queen off majority of time. Here we need to play passive. Just go call. We do not have tens, we don't have queens, we don't have queen 10 suited. We don't have ace queen, we don't have king queen, so this board is going to be hit poorly. We're going to hit it poorly. And when he check back here, when he check backs, he's pretty much done. Kept to like a queen x. And the guys are wrapping a flush basically with this size, or like at least a straight. Sevens or check back. I'm gonna bet it. Check back river. Let's see his double check range. I want to see. Okay, we don't see. Let's see delay C bet. Check, check, fold. Okay. So the thing is, he's gonna have, I'd say mostly his king. Nine X, okay. Why is not stabbing 9x? Delay C betting, I mean. Or betting the flop. Weird. I think that flop you want to bet super aggressively. I think even on the flop you want to bet. I think that's the case here. Clear case. Have a new table ready. So what is this? What is this? Delay bet or bet, and we block an ace 10, we block a jacks. Delay and bet river and or bet he use with ace 10 here. We just block that, and he's basically wrapping a straight. Why he's not betting the flop with ace 10? Pretty weird. I'm gonna bet small here in king 3-6. We're gonna bet turn. give up here. Check. Call. Gonna step small. Our range is strong here. We're gonna have 8-9 suited. We're gonna have sevens. We're gonna have also some tens. The guy's opening 15%. Face the check raise. Okay, this guy has a bunch of crap. He doesn't have 8-9, no. That's for sure. Big blind overcall range. I'm gonna go small. Like, we want to have a full house here. I'll go 1/4. And now it's dicey. Because Jack 10, now it's thinking, is he gonna go with 8-9 like this or King 9? Yeah, I'm gonna just go bet here. Because I don't think he will check raise Jack 10 with that size. So we're gonna use this. I just don't think he would go. I think he has actually a 9. Actually, I think he has a 9. Pretty sick, but the thing is he just jamming like a queen 9 over here? I don't think we can fold 7 still in this pot size. Sick. Just sick run. He has tens in the range. I was like 100% Jack 10. He doesn't check raise here ever. Look at the size. There is no way he's raising Jack 10. So we are not losing against anything. Second. Okay, I'm gonna go with overbet here. I'm just sick. Like, he doesn't have Jack 10. He's gonna have a bunch of 9s, but now the question is he's gonna ever, because we look now like a 9 basically. We look like a 9. And we're gonna go B150. And here we're gonna go with an overbet. Pretty sick, guys. I have to say, pretty sick. The run is just insane sick. And I don't respect, like, tank till the last second. While you're tanking, you have the nuts. And I'm pot committed. I mean, I'm not folding full house. Yeah, 9x. I don't think that I'm actually really betting the 9 there against him for sure. Queen 9, yeah. Queen 9 I'm really betting for sure. But I don't, if I have hand like an ace 9 with a backdoor flush draw, I'm gonna just check behind the river. Here I think we just have to do it. Still sick. We're gonna ride he did tank. And I never did it against anybody ever. Just gonna call here. This is good river. Now we're just gonna go with an orbit. We're gonna go with close to Pod River. Let's see here. We're gonna go Pod here. Or even actually even orbit. Definitely another tough session. So yesterday I had almost 10 hour session, and I worked in GT Wizard after the session also just to go through all the hands. And yeah, to work after that kind of shitty session into the 9 a.m. in the morning after all night of playing, it takes bunch of nerves and bunch of heart to do it. Check back. I guess this guy we're just gonna go with 3-bet. Had this. If he 4-bets, I would fold. I'm gonna go small. check back. Can we expect a bet from pair on the river? Hopefully. Let's see after check. He rarely bets and he bets. Yeah, we're gonna bet here. He will not reopen betting with 10x or pocket 9. He had ace queen that would bet. But he's, after check, he's so polarized with betting. You see, like, he's only betting the like top hands, like straights. And that's the problem. He's low river bet. He's just gonna check behind with jacks. He's gonna check behind with nines. He's just check behind in 10. So that's the problem. He's not gonna fold, obviously, but here we're gonna go big on ace queen 7. This guy is maybe even folding queen on the flop immediately. Yeah, really high chance. Turn usually an overbet against him. Yeah, we're gonna stick here. Even against him, let's see how much he folds to an overbet. He folds a lot. We're just gonna go with pot or close to pot. Okay, let's see after check. What do we want to bluff here? We're gonna bet like we have a pair, basically. I thought about overbetting, but what we are repping, I mean. But maybe against him it doesn't even matter what we are repping. We just bet big and that's it. Check. We're checking flop. Checking range on the flop. Calling with 3 Fisher. I'm gonna bet here bigger. I'm gonna go half in the multi-way. Okay. King 7-4 with our hand we want to bet. We want to bet. I would open jack 5 us. I'm gonna fold 6s to unknown guy, looks passive. Like this. This is give up. Always give up. Getting backdoor, it's really bad. It's actually gonna. Okay, ace of the spade on the reverse is not that terrible. His float's gonna be main like an ace of spades or like a king 10, king jack off it, so not a lot of combinations. Of course 9x of spade. But it's gonna hit him decently. Better if the river is not an ace. Jam. King deuce, king queen. Let's see that. King deuce, king queen. Queen 7 fold, queen 6 fold. We're folding everything. And guys, I think I'm gonna make a quick bedroom break. Quick. Up. Okay, back. We are back. 6-10 off. We're gonna donk turn. Yeah, we're gonna bluff the river for sure now, and going small here. Pot there. I check call river is fine, and check really bet river. He call here. How are we gonna call him? He's turning pairs into bluffs, so in the spot it shouldn't be turning into bluff. 9-9, he has like clear showdown value. Block river is fine. He beats also 7s, 8s. I'm looking my fantasy team in basketball, and I see bad news immediately. When you run bad, you run everything bad. When you run bad on one place, you run on every other place. So that's shitty. That's not great. Go bigger. Not bad turn here. Pretty bad turn. Pretty bad turn. Probably donk. No. Checks. Check. The size is great. Okay. I'm also playing Yahoo Fantasy for I think eight years now. I think eight long years, I would say, and it's a great game. Check. The guy checks with flush. Is this possible? Sick. Okay, back in the game, guys. We're gonna go really big. Six, seven, okay. And then we're gonna go pot 36. We're gonna go a little bit over it. Or pairs are still there. Jack queens for sure. And this not. We are saying we have an or pair or set, and he just jams into that range. We're blocking the bottom set. Everything is perfect. Now, I'm just going to write now, when he calls this spot, we're jamming everything. Because if he's putting value here, when he calls here, he's going to, what he's going to have here when he calls? He's going to be capped like 9x. He probably has a catch 9-10, but I'm not folding ever Jack's queens here ever. If I'm playing it like this, I'm just calling it off. So yeah. Yeah, we had a shove on the river, perfect size. Just the weak red plays like this. He needs to protect his range. He has a lot of just top pair hands. We have a lot of over pairs. He needs to protect a lot. But yep, he doesn't care, okay. Yep, he's also playing, I have a read how he plays 4-bet pots. He just doesn't care about range. So the board was 7, 9, 10. Middle position versus button versus big blind 7, 9, 10. We donk and he immediately shout with kings. So this is the way he plays. I'm gonna write it up. Look at this, against hero 0, 3 bets. Usually I would 4 bet it, but not here. I'm gonna go 12.5 in this situation. I'm gonna raise him here. I'm gonna call him. I'm jamming here. For 0.5. Okay, I did right read. I'm gonna bet here. Okay. We're gonna go 20.5. Try to find the mid table. We gonna go. Gonna go. Gonna go 8.5. We have mid table. I'm gonna go small turn. People should fold tens on the flop. And jam river. he should be folding jack, so his range looks like a draw or a king. You see what happens when they have this jamming range? They're gonna be in trouble when they're calling. So we always need to take. I always write a super important reads when I see that the guy against a polarized play. So against a polarized range, you hate to raise because polarized range wants to get raised. You have a bluff, or you have, for example, we bluffed with ace deuce. So we have a bluff, or we have a hand that is always calling. So polarized range likes immediately when getting raised. Like if we had their set, we're snapping, we have our pair, we're snapping. So that range doesn't want your range, which is mostly going to be condensed range a lot in many situations, especially in situation where you have range disadvantage. And in this situation, you're on a deuce 3-9. Most of your range is going to be like 9x, and most of your opponent check raising range is going to be like vulnerable over pairs like tens, jacks, queens. Some people put kings and aces also there, and you're going to have same amount of sets. Our position is going to have nines that in position is not going to have, but you're going to have deuces and threes, same. Nobody has two pair there, and turn is a 10, which is way better for a check raiser, because check raiser is going to have a lot of bluffs that's going to contain a 10. So on turn, on a 10, you're then in also more trouble. Yeah, that's the thing. Definitely 10 is also when we bet with a 10, you're never ever folding it. But the thing is, in that spot we can do nothing. But I did write a read that he did it, and when I'm with him in similar spot when he just calls the turn, because the turn was drawy, he immediately shouts with value. I'm gonna bluff every bluff I have, and I'm gonna thin bet, thin shove everything. So check against him will be really low. Because that's the habit how the weak players play. They just don't understand the concept of facing a polarized range. He doesn't understand what it means to face a polarized range. Okay, we're gonna down here. I'm gonna go like this. 5 is also good for the big blind. A lot of two pairs plus draws, straights. Now just thinking about the size you want to use there. I don't have a blocker, but I'm gonna go with a pot. With a pot we can just still do it with a two pair and with the straight. So I think pot is the good size here. And especially he doesn't understand how his range looks like, because if he would understand, okay, my range has so many 9x hands, I don't have any overpair. He has all the overpairs, and a lot of his bluffs are 10. What I need to do there? I need to protect a lot of my 9x hands. And when he jams their easy game, he's getting sniped by the other part of polarized range. He's getting folds from the hand he dominates that couldn't bluff the river, and he could get a big pot by bluff catching. So yeah, definitely it shows you how weak player he is. And like, the pool is full of these type of players. So honestly, I think I can go way better than my win rate right now. I just feel it, and next year it's gonna show it for sure. I'm gonna turn here into bluff. Pocket trees. We're better. I'm gonna orbit river. I'm gonna jam here. So this is step. We have it by every size. So orbits 1.2 to 1.5 with a draw, but he did it on the ace the 6 that has sense that has to polarize step or small. So he played it okay. I'm gonna bet here. And we have two passive fish. I think we just want to bet. Just checking the river. We obviously have to bluff this. I think we need to go big. And here we're gonna go small. But not like this, so we're gonna go 1/4. Actually, we're gonna go 1/4. The board is too connected for his range to go 1/4, to go 1/10. 1/10 when you have a brutal range advantage. But here he's gonna have a lot of hands that are connected here. Oh, we're gonna call. Gonna bet turn. See like what he's doing to his range with ace 10 there. So when he's gonna call, he's gonna have probably hand like 6-7, like pocket nines or jack 10. So when he jams like ace 10, his call range is gonna be weak. And like when I double barrel, I kind of saying I have a better hand than ace 10. So his hand, by jamming, I don't see what he gains. That's the thing. I'm gonna go small here. I'm going to bluff raise here with the question. I feel like kind of want. I don't see also value in checking, in donking the river. We're gonna have so many ace-x hands that doesn't have sense. Okay. I think we need to go bigger also there. Look how much we did. We are never good here. He's gonna have play like this to call like all of the hands like 9-10 that we think that we beat now. Jack 10 it's gonna go into the c-bet range when he has 75% of bets. So we are not good. He's gonna have 7, 5, and basically mostly gonna have an 8 with this size. 7 is also betting the flop, so he's gonna mainly have an 8. And we need to attack that, so which size we want to use? Like I think 7x has better sense, so even more than 7x. Even more than 7x, guys. I think has more sense. Okay, we're gonna go zoom one table till we got the new table ready. And we immediately get it. We're gonna stay on zoom. Okay, we're gonna go 7. Immediately 4-bet. They over 4-bet for sure. We're jamming. King 5, okay. He gets there. This zone is just a joke. Just a joke. What people are doing on that Zoom, that's insane. The things we saw yesterday, like calling 4-bets deep with 4-6 suited, and they just get there. King 5 off for bet. We're gonna go 20%. Check back. %9 against us. All the pretty strong hands in this. Is this gonna be folding? Is this gonna be folding? Against 30%. We can call. Here we have 1/5 size and we have bigger size. We'll go 1/5. And we have a polarized size of 75%. So mostly we use these two sizes. Okay, just check here. Check 9. Okay. I think he will continue with Orper, so he looks like 8s, 7x or give up. Easy call here. It's kind of strange. Kind of strange. Yeah. We mainly want to fold the turn, but against this guy I'm gonna call. Because I see that he's not value betting the proper range, and that means he's gonna have a lot of under pairs that he will bet here. For example, he will bet here hands like sevens and stuff like that. So you just have to call it. Five. This guy is rarely delay c betting. Gonna go with check. We have a lot of small and big bets, and we're gonna delay half. And we're gonna bluff the river here. We are not good here ever, so, and we have, he's really needy, so he's really gonna have off queen of clubs or even 10 of clubs, so definitely thing where we can go over line. In the end, all that matters is who's gonna have this queen of clubs way often, and we're gonna have it way often than he. This is not great. But it's sharp. He's super wide. I look at his just normal 3-bet stat, but he called fours and folds to shove often, called fours really a lot, so it's against him. It's actually great. It's actually great, yeah. And we have the new table ready, but if this table breaks, we're gonna have the replacement. And we're gonna go 29 here. Against Crazy Andy, we're just gonna stack. We're gonna stack against him. And this guy for sure have. Yeah, he has a pair. I'm just gonna jam. He has a hand, okay. And he gets there, of course. They can just play like however they want against me. That's the sick part. And this is nasty here. Nasty run out. Real nasty. Really nasty. So we lost 2 pots, but that king. Okay, this hand I can understand. He had ace 8. It's okay, but the ace 5 of hand I can't. I just can't understand. And I was, of course, knew that I'm gonna lose based on the run we have. Go through it. We have a new table. I just can't say that I'm really happy the way I played. That rebound session after shitty day, I did my job. I played really good, and I'm gonna give you this video. But yeah, pretty much the result is not the same, but not good. But for sure, if I did play yesterday like today, I would make a winning day. That I'm 100% sure. He needs to check raise larger. He's merged, okay. Usually when you wrap a range of trips and bluffs, your range, your size should be higher. Okay. A7 call. We're betting A7. Poof. The guy is out. Shitty flop. Really great flop for cut-off range. Really great. He should be stabbing really a lot here. I'm check calling aces, kings, even a lot of queens. I'm just check calling. Let's see generally how the guy plays. So we're gonna open button versus big blind pop-up. We're gonna see his check behind range. We see a lot of top pairs checking behind. We're gonna see his bet versus me c-bet range. We see a queen jack, king jack, which is a really strong hand, and a flush draw. Let's see how he played that flush draw on the turn. He stacked on the flop. We have a clear call here. If he jams, we're gonna fold the river, but this is really hard for him because we look a lot like aces and kings, and aces and kings are never folding to shove. The guy is really, really passive. I'm gonna go 7.3. He's active. And we run into this. And he's like 4-bet. Now, so we 3-bet him after that hand, and he gets 8-man. This is sick. This is just sick run. Like, look at his 4-betting range. His 4-bet range is super bluff heavy. Like, he's gonna have ace-9, so ace-9 suited. Early position tens, 30% of 4-bet. And we run into this, like, how? I just don't understand how. You can play however good you want, but kind of this type of shit, it's still gonna define it. Gonna raise here. He's saying he has a straight, so I don't see sense in raising. He's pretty much saying he has a 8, so and we block an ace 8, we block a couple of flushes. What the guy is rapping here, guys? He's only rapping a force to me. Okay. Basically full house, that's slow played. We're gonna bet king this. I'm gonna go with big bet here. Just gonna call with aces. We're just gonna call with aces. We're gonna go 4.45. I'm gonna go right. We still have a lot more of flushes. He's gonna have 8s and 10s, some ace queen, that's gonna also check raise. We have clear check on the river. gonna go small. Now we're gonna bet turn. We're gonna bet river. We have a couple of reads, okay. Betting big on the flop. We are polarized on this board, smaller versus button, use big size, mostly. Lower civet free. We're gonna donk, he's really passive, he's gonna check behind a lot. We're gonna check back, check here in the multi-way. We'll go small. Calling with ace queen. This he doesn't have strong hands here at all. I was also thinking, do I want to jump turn? Because like, what is what he has here? Pocket trees and king 10 off. That's it. We block that. So he's gonna be draw heavy, and his check raise is also draw heavy. It's a session to get tilted. You know that type of session. This is that type. Session that wants to tilt you a lot. But we need to be really, really firm. And I'm gonna go actually really, really big here. I'm gonna go like 38.5. Well, we need to be strong, mentally strong. That's the key. Mentally super strong. That's the key, guys. That is the key. It's annoying and everything, but these zoom hands were sick. Everything like that king 5 hand. That ace 8 is okayish, but this king 5 was pretty terrible. Ace king suited into aces again. Yep. I guess it is it like it is. Insane. And we're gonna go now with an orbit. I don't remember any day, but any day that I had two times ace king suited on pocket aces, because against me, like if they have a million blinds, they would stack off, and I remember that happened any day. But two times yesterday, kings on aces. Okay, good. But this is worse to me than king versus aces. This is for me much worse actually. We go bet small here. Bet turn. And we go bluff river. Check back. Ace jack. The zoom is just super terrible when you run like this, because still I'm not gonna have sample on a lot of them, so we can't make like super good plays without, we can't exploit somebody that we don't know. That's the first thing. To be able to exploit a guy, you need to know his strategy. That's the first thing. And without stats, without reads, you don't know his strategy. And yeah, that's the thing. Super bad board. We're gonna go half. We have the new table ready. Here actually I'm going to use a GTO wizard strategy. I'm going to use bigger sizings on this board. Pretty dynamic board. I think do we jam here or bet like this? I'm going to bet call like this. We have to bet call it still, but we want to bet with the smaller size on the turn. Tough day, guys. Tough day. I'm gonna go eyes up. This guy has super big leaks. His check range is shit. So we're gonna attack it. He doesn't step a lot, so he steps linearly on any board. That's great. Usually a lot of big bets on ace king 9, a lot of over bets. Check back. And I'm gonna go with an over bet. What is this, guys? What is this? I'm gonna jam. Okay. Queen 5. Going small. Check. Days 3, we're gonna check behind. Ace jack. We're gonna fold. We're gonna go through it against this guy. Hmm, 12% probably linear range. Yep, linear range. 12% will be it plus. Okay. We're gonna check behind. We're gonna go half. Call here with king jack. That day after bad session, and when you have another bad day, that's even worse than it was then. But actually, the Zoom tilts me the most, I have to say. The Zoom tilts me the very most, like super 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 tilted, because you don't have sampled, and they made such a shitty play all the time, such a shitty things. Three bet against an ISO is half stronger, double strong as normal one. Clear call with nines. This guy cold calls 3-bet. I'm gonna fold. 30 something percent, 27% cold call 3-bet. So he's gonna probably have a standoff in the range, king 10 suited, queen 10, a lot of 10x, and he's passive and kind of pots it. We have a player also behind that can easily check, expect a step frequently. So nothing that we can do, guys, we just have to fold. I would describe day after bed session like a day after super gross date. It's hard to wash it off, you know, really hard. We're gonna call the flop with the backdoor draw and the backdoor straight draw. Let's see when to showdown. We're gonna go with also with the strategy of pots. I think he's gonna be. You see how he plays. When he has a hand, he just bets big. His check range will be bad, so we will attack it. Okay. Going small. Going small, small, small. Going 1/4. Check behind. Let's open small blind versus big blind pop-up just to see his strategy. Has to call pretty wide here. He needs to call hand like king 4, king 3 suited, queen 3 suited, 3-5 suited. So he's now beat a lot of hands. I didn't see that these guys are saying. We got really bad. Check behind here. Queen 9. Queen 9. He trapped. Okay. Trap. What happened there? I didn't see. He folded. Okay. This is not great. I don't like to raise it because he's not full stack. To raise it as a bluff. Again, let's go smaller versus big blind. 40% open against us. C betting. Bet turn. Call. If he checks, we are checking behind because the hand is strong enough. If he bets small, we can still call. We don't need to bluff every ace of spade. And this is pretty weird size, you know. You expect to see a lot of blocks bet with hands like 8s, with hands like 9x. So to me, it looks like more that he's repping like a hand. I don't think he's betting 8-9 or Jack 9 with this size. So I'm gonna call. Yeah, doesn't have sense. It doesn't have sense. I'm gonna go with 3-bet with ace queen. We're gonna go small. 4.5. Checking turn, we can bet turn, check turn, both is okay. Call. King jack. Yeah, we got a bet turn with 5-8. The guy is out. The guy is out. Yeah, I think we're just gonna close it. We're gonna close it. Harsh session again. Like this also. Harsh session, guys. What can I say? What can I say? I'm gonna go small here. I'm gonna see the results. again. You see, like it's rebound session, but the run is just bad. We were up a little more, but you see, we started again. I told you my usual start is like this, and then we go. The same as yesterday. This is session from yesterday, 9 hours 40 minutes. We were down and then we go up. So yesterday the problem is that we were up here. I'm never up here, and I just don't know how to play. I just start to get cocky, don't think straight, little braggy, and that's what happens. And then I get punished, and we go to 2.4 down and almost get even. But today we immediately start super bad, like always. Hit the rock bottom and get up and finish like that. Yeah, the run is just bad. Our general graph of this year 8.3 all time. So this last 1.5 year 8.58. So actually this is our peak. But you see, like, graph was up down up down up down up down up down up. There was no like clean hitter. It was just up down 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 up down, and it's always like that. But it was the hardest here. Let me see. Yep, here was the hardest. We felt from here to here. We lost. That was sick run. We lost 23 times kings versus aces and over 15 times ace king suited versus aces, which is ludicrous. But generally, yep. The thing that actually that I played 121k hands without any fish at the table. My win rate is almost 5 BBs too, even more than 5 BBs, and last year that's even more. So actually this year I played 60k hands and my win rate is 7.5, 10 without any fish at the table. So that is showing that we are crushing the regs, but against a lot of fish players and weak players, it seems I am not playing correctly. Yep, guys, thank you for your time. I just wanted to just make also rebound video from yesterday, just for you to know how it did ended. I hope you did enjoy it. I'm gonna make a new video fast, so I'm at least I can just put some content for you, and just to tell you, if you did enjoy my Discord, join. I'm gonna do. We have also the one cool thing that I'm gonna make a review of sessions from you guys. The next online is one of our guys from Discord, Gustavo, who his playing style is pretty interesting, so I will put it on YouTube and you can join Discord, you can apply for it. So you make a session, I go step by step, we go and I give my thoughts and you about your thought process, your game and your plays in the session. If you didn't join the Discord, we are growing. Over 550 people are there. A lot of great players. We have from low stakes to high stakes. We have even some really good high stakes players that are willing to help you guys. They are constantly. We're speaking about strategy every day. So yeah, it's all free, and all it needs is your time and little goodwill. Thank you on your time, and hope you like it. And I'm gonna see you soon.